Okay, so a time when I screwed up, where this kind of thinking really kind of helped us out of it, was that I pulled this feat as an organizational leader that is almost impossible to think would happen, which is that I managed to get people disgruntled and upset by giving them a raise. And that it's as crazy as it sounds, and here's basically what happened, is that I kind of came in with my OBM hat on, and we were evaluating the payroll for case managers, who at the time were all paid hourly. And so of course my little OBM red flags went up and said, okay, let's not pay for time, let's pay for accomplishments. And we kind of did this evaluation and saw that our senior case managers, who are managing over 10 cases apiece, were actually making less money than the junior case managers who were only managing 3 or 4 cases, just because they were so much less efficient. So I thought, well, I know how to solve this. We can just monkey with the direct acting contingencies about how they get paid. And so we did. We put it on a performance system that paid per case managed instead of per hour. And the whole system was built around those exemplar performers. And the result of it was that they got an immediate raise, and the lower performing ones who were less efficient got thinned on their schedule of reinforcement a little bit. And much to my surprise, so we just implemented it, right? Like, new contingency, here you go.
Data.
Oh yeah, the data, great.
Yeah, data, great.
So we thought this is gonna work. We'll just change the contingency and behavior will organize itself around the new contingency. Well, that's not what happened. What actually happened is my senior folks that we had built this around all got really turned by this happening, because what I neglected to do was remember that just direct acting contingencies weren't gonna be enough, that I had to go communicate with them. And so they read the tea leaves of this new contingency, and they're good contingency managers, and they said, well, this is a contingency to improve efficiency. Well, how the heck could we possibly be any more efficient? And so they got it that we were trying to communicate to them that they weren't being efficient enough. And it cleaned up pretty easily. I just had to go to them and say, no, you're the exemplar. I don't expect any more efficiency than we're already getting. The intention of doing this was basically just to give you a raise and let you know how much we appreciate how efficient you are. But having not communicated, not remembering that these are verbal organisms that are going to derive rules when you change the contingencies, I just got blindsided by it. And in retrospect, it was just so naive and so dumb. But
also awesome and instrumental in how practices evolved in our company from there.
That's right. We do not roll things out that way anymore.
Oh my God. I mean, everything about, Donny, you have a word for this, that we don't really have a hierarchical structure here.
It's a matrix organization.
Very good. I know that's probably not just your word, but
no,
anyway, so a lot of the decisions that are made are really made across levels of the organization. We do open book management. There is really no time where Donny and I, as the owners, sit behind a closed door and make a decision that would have an impact on everybody else in our organization. And so that's just another means by which we learned to manage culture really differently, is by increasing that access to communication and conversations with the whole team, so that there's like ownership. Like, I think most people who, if you asked them, would say that they have ownership in what we're up to.
Yeah, the idea that we would identify problems and develop solutions and then just roll it out to people, it just became quickly apparent that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so now when we think we found something that's a problem, the first thing we do is go bring in the team. And that's so helpful because it can help us avoid that situation where just introducing a new contingency arrangement in the organization doesn't result in all this rampant derivation of inaccurate rules about it. That we've actually all worked together in creating the context for which the change will happen, and we evolve together as a verbal community, so that we've all kind of derived the rules side by side. So there isn't anything to have to introduce and to be so careful about, because everybody's got buy-in by the time the change is made.
So I started this series this year as a way to give back to the Patreon community that helps supports this channel. If you're interested and you have the ability to, if you just go to patreon.com/thedailyba, you could help out. I give you access to some some behind the scenes, some what's going on, polls. You can influence the channel, what's happening, and you get access to these sort of videos early. So check it out, and I will see you in the next one.